Good morning, watch fans. This is Big Jim with the big 8-inch wrist, about 8.125 inches in diameter, big giant wrist. Today I'm wearing the Luminox 200-meter diver. It's a pretty good watch. It has tritium, so even after days in the darkness, it's bright as all can get out. This one has a flaw. You can't tell, but at nighttime the number 11 tritium tube does not shine. But in all reality, it's still a great watch. This is the one company that did not honor their warranty. Their warranty's garbage. But I kept the watch. Not worth selling, not worth getting rid of. It's somebody else's problem if I was to get rid of it. But nice watch overall. All right, so my friend Bobby Legs, he is one of my inspirations for my watch collection. He and I have very similar tastes. He likes to flip them. I like to buy them and keep them. But other than that, I think we're pretty close to identical in watch tastes. He answered the Paul Thorpe issue. Paul Thorpe talked about watches as investments. And, I think if I was in Paul's financial shoes, I might say the same thing. But I'm like most of you folks out there. I work really hard for these watches. This is my most expensive watch. This is a $6,000 retail watch. I paid $52.50 for it right before the world went to hell in COVID. Very, very nice watch. I have no problems at all with it. It fits me. It's great. It's comfortable. I didn't buy it as an investment. I bought it because I love the watch. I bought it because this is, a great iconic watch with a giant smudge on the dial that I can't seem to find a cloth to clean it with. All right. I guess I could try and use my t-shirt. Hang on, folks. Big smudge on the dial. That's a little better. So, I believe in, these are not assets. This is a hobby. It's like race cars and guitars and, collecting first edition books. I've done all those things. And I personally think watches are not assets. They are not of that category for the majority of us. Most people in America make $75,000 household income or less. That's the vast majority of people in America. Something like 60% of people in America make less than $75,000 a year, has a household income. I am absolutely positive, even though Paul Thorpe's a Brit, has a famous watch dealer and I've seen his collection of vehicles and I've seen what he drives and I've seen his watch collection. Obviously, his liquid wealth is probably in the millions. All right, so he could keep 10% of his income, 10%, even 15% of his income in something stupid like watches. All right, and I said that correctly, stupid like watches. But guys like Bobby Legs and myself and Random Rob, we either have jobs or had real jobs, or, we just live on retirement income like myself. So when I buy something like this, I can't buy it as an asset. I can't. I buy it because I love it. I have all these watches. I had to sell things. I had to, I sold guns. I sold photography equipment. I sold a lot of stuff to start this collection, from the bottom up. And I didn't buy my first automatic until I was 50. That's right. I am 60 years old and I've only been using automatic watches for less than 10 years. It just never occurred to me. I've had quartz watches and G-Shocks my whole life because I was in the military and I ran a photography business and I only needed one good watch for weddings when I was a photographer. And I had a bunch of other G-Shock watches because that's who I was. I had a Fossil watch for a long time. I still have the watch. Again, not until I physically retired from my business because of health reasons did I even start looking at automatic watches. And I could have afforded them a lot earlier. But again, watches aren't assets. I wanted to be able to retire debt-free as possible. And I did that. So my income was tied to my retirement, not how many hours a week I worked. It was It was a fixed income, literally a fixed income, my military retirement, and when I invested when I was a photographer, and that's it. So watches can't be assets. Guitars are not assets. Harmonicas are not assets. You know, limited edition photography prints by Ansel Adams, also not assets. You know, I say that because I know someone who worked for Ansel Adams when he was a boy. I knew his grandson really well and got to meet the man himself. Ansel Adams is a huge, famous photographer, produced thousands upon thousands of prints of Yellowstone and Yosemite and other famous parks out west. And his prints can be worth some money, but they're not assets. I'm sorry. It's just collectibles. Collectibles. Humble figurines. My mom loved that stuff. Star Trek commemorative plates. My mom had a couple of those because I'm a Star Trek geek. Not assets. So I completely agree with Bobby Legs. These are not assets. These two watches are the two watches in my entire collection. I might have another one that broke even, that are worth more than I paid for. I have $30,000 in watches in 10 years. All right. You're looking at 20-odd thousand dollars here on the table. All right. And two watches are worth more than I paid. My Rolex and my Tudor North Flag. That's it. Every other watch here is either a dead break even, and with inflation at 10%, it means I've lost money, or have lost significant amount of money. This watch here, this is a fairly new watch, less than a year on the market. The Tissot PRX chronograph. It was a hot watch a minute ago. You know, the blue dial, the panda, you can't really tell the pattern, the serrations, but it's got a really interesting pattern on it. I really like it. I wish I could get a better picture of it, but I can't. Really like the watch. I only paid $1,250 for it. When the retail was $1,700, I got it a month after it came on the market, just because this was a return. The Toppers has amazing return policy. So you buy from them and you hate it, you get your money back. Pretty damn great. Love Toppers, and I bought this from them on a Bobby Legs live stream. Actually, during the live stream, this popped up as someone, hey, guess what's over on Toppers right now? And I went over there, and sure enough, the watch I wanted was up there for sale for a bargain price at $1,250. So this is selling new right now for about $1,450. It's coming down a little bit off its $1,700 price tag. It was selling for originally $1,790, something like that. Used, it's going for about $1,000, $1,100. So I'm going to lose 5% on this watch if I try to sell it. But again, I'm a keeper, not a flipper. You know, my Timex Snoopy is a great example of buying because I love it. I bought this watch because I love it. $120 on the website the day it was released. It went on sale 4 days later for $99. You know what? Too bad to me. You know, still a great watch. Still a really great watch. And it's a quartz, but it's a Timex Snoopy, yellow, of course. Me and my yellow watches. The Sorzu. You know, the Citizen Sorzu. Brand new watch in the U.S. market, been on the international market for over a year probably. And I got this out of Germany for $251 delivered. It's $279 on that same German website. Watch time, I can't remember what it's called. Moment in time. Anyways, but you get these in the U.S. from an AD for $400, $375, $400. Great watch. I think at that price, it's still a pretty good watch. At $250, it's an amazing watch. Automatic, yellow, with a very nice bracelet. So these are not assets, plain and simple. I mean, my G-Shock, $1,700 retail. I paid $1,450 for it. Every day, all day long, it's worth $1,000, and this is in great shape. So, you know, that's a $400 loss on that watch. They're not assets, I'm sorry. I don't care if I had a tray full of Royal Oaks and APs. They're just not assets. These are just collectibles. Plain and simple. Anyone who tells you get into watches and you'll make a fortune, they're already wealthy, or they're just a gambler. Plain and simple. And sometimes when you gamble, you win. That's a matter of fact. I live in Vegas. Sometimes people who gamble win. Most of the time, you lose your butt. All right? We love our losers, is our saying here in Vegas. We love them. Keep coming back. Spend your money. we love you to death. But watches are not assets. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Anyone who tells you watches are assets and thinks, they should be part of your portfolio for retirement, they're full of it. I'm sorry. They're either super wealthy or delusional. They're not assets. Have a great day.